So Lakia, I don't know how that just happened. So when Sinetta asked that um, fellow Israelite Tazadak, not Tazadak, Tazariak, uh, uh, does the Most High make people homosexuals? And it tells you in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 32 that the Most High kill, He make alive, He wound, He heal. He does all these things. Um, I probably got one more scripture. So back into the article, it says authorities do not have a motive for why Samuel Cassidy at Santa Clara Valley Transportation Authority employee. Oh, so he worked for like the RTA, or he was a bus. You know what I mean? Like he probably was a bus driver or the train operator, because they say that happened on the rails. Employee allegedly gunned down 9 men at the VTA light rail yard Wednesday morning. The suspect died from a apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. After the shooting, a police dog detected a suspicious device, and a bomb squad began working to clear each room in the facility, authorities said. Explosive materials have since been traced to the suspect's locker, where Smith said authorities found precursor items to building explosives with no actual device. Wow, so this dude, the Lord, and when you read it, because I'm pretty sure I just recently read, just like prior to doing the video, that people knew him. Like I think it was like I scanned through a few articles, but I didn't realize that they was all um, concerning this one um, incident. But they was like, well, yeah, they knew him very well, all his victims. Like that's some horror American horror story type shit. Because when you take time, you know what I mean, like, and that's why you should really thank the Most High every day. You should be praying every day. Because just imagine, you don't know what's on their mind. Them demons was probably plaguing this guy. Because not only he was gonna blow some shit up, but he just was like, fuck it. The demons like, do it now. You know what I mean? I mean, just imagine though, you know what I mean? I just recently did a video. It's a dude that they not even talking about. They call him the vaccine Rambo. Like this dude went and stole missile launchers and all kind of shit and just hide in the woods like Rambo. Now I don't know if it's made up. I don't know, but I don't think it's made up just because of the simple fact you'd have thought you'd have heard this shit. I happened to came across it on the internet. You know what I mean? I'm like, wow, what? So you got some shit like that going on, but they don't mention none of that though. You know what I mean? Like, but my point being, that's some scary. You know what I mean? This guy is walk. They was like he was known very well to the colleagues and the people he shot was some of the people that knew him the best. That what the article says. I was like, wow. So that's why you really need to be in prayer constantly. It says a house fire that happened at the time of the shooting is also believed to be linked to the suspect. And it possibly could be, but who's to say? Given the timeline of the 911 calls, that's a truly a spirit of vengeance. When you go into Joker, that movie, The Joker, that last Joker, which was very demonic, if you really can see it for what it was, just like the purges, you know what I mean? Like you got people that ain't like really movie enthusiasts, but they actually could. Like my sister, she don't really be in the movies, but she could tell that something was up with that purge. There's a spirit on it. You know what I mean? Come on. And then they always play it around the same time. That's a ritual. Anyway, it says, given the timeline of the 911 calls, an active shooter was reported at 6:34. So that's 13 a.m. and the fire reported at 6:37 a.m. Smith said authorities believe the suspect had a device set to ignite the fire. Smith said there's no information to connect another suspect to the fire. So show you how Esau full of shit though. You can't connect him to it either, just because it was 1 minute later. I mean, they didn't tell you where the fire was at. You know what I mean? Like, was the fire like in the vicinity of, like, I don't know. So I got one more scripture because at the end of the day, the Most High said these things would happen. And this is the book of Matthew. I'm gonna end it on this. Rocky. I'm so clumsy today. I don't know what's going on. Been having a rough week. Call her lawyer. How about you outside? Because you know what? Not to digress, but I was just thinking about something. I got a shitty job, right? But I'm grateful. Call her lawyer. How about you outside? I got a job. Thing is, They started us in the worst part in the job, right? And now I'm doing other departments and doing other stuff in the job. Now I prefer to be in the shitty part because nobody wants to come back there. And I'm one of the people. I'm antisocial. I don't really deal with people. I don't. I'm awkward in social settings and shit. You ever see that movie Donnie Darko? Darko? He said he has what did he say? Basically he had issues. I'm that guy. Call Haloyim La Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. He saw fit to wake me up to the truth. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I was thinking about it though, by the Most High allowing me to be put in the department that nobody wants to work in. Everything else in there is easy. You know what I'm saying? Now don't get me wrong. It's what's coming gonna be very, very difficult and painful, and it's gonna be miserable, and it's gonna be. I mean, and rightfully so, because we deserve that shit. We all sin, and then look at the way when you wake up to the truth and you realize the state of the world and we living in sin. Come on, they passing purposely. You know what I mean? We deserve that. But when you've been suffering the whole time, you develop a mentality. That's how kickboxers and boxers their fists get harder by actually they tearing the skin. That's how muscles get bigger. You know what I mean? Constantly going through the abuse. So we building spiritual muscles. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, call Haloyim La Yahweh Bashim Yahushua for opening our eyes up to the truth. And may the Most High actually literally watch over and protect his elect. Well, he is. The scripture said that. But hopefully all the sincere Akim are a part of that number. I'm going to end this on Matthew chapter 24. I'm going to start on Verse 3, and as he said upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, what shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? Verse 4, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. When you got men deceiving you now, like they was just talking about that guy from ISUPK, Zaryak. I'm messing this man name up, I think. The one guy though, like the guy that he been a hot topic because he told Sinetta, because he always make the videos with Sinetta. You know what I mean? And Sinetta gets paid, so he's getting paid for that. So you don't want to just call somebody a sellout without, I did that before. Making statements and then you not for sure, and to show you how cold Satan is, a young brother told me that he was like, you got a left hand and a right hand time, you know what I mean? And because it was everything, Satan was really doing, and then I was completely wrong, and I know the Lord punished me for it. They say sometimes you should bear, even when you right and somebody else completely wrong, you should bear that because the Lord will exalt you in front of everybody. And that's what happened. I was amazed, and now I'm, in my little pickle, but at the same time, I see the Lord still dealing with me. You know what I mean? Like, you got to remember, that's a cold scripture. One of the scariest, one of the coldest, one of my favorites, because that lets you know that you don't have the Most High in the box. He say the deceived and the deceiver are both his. The Most High allow you to be deceived. So at the end of the day, it says, let no man take no heed that no man deceive you. And certain of these people that they call them pastors, they're given responsibility to feed their flock and to steer. Because you're supposed to lead your flock too. You know what I mean? And if they lead them if the blind lead them from blind and they both should fall into a ditch, roughly paraphrased. A lot of people are going to get destroyed based on these fake men that call themselves men of the Lord. That's more carnal than spiritual. The men that want to try and build in a place that's being destroyed. That should wake up your mind. If a 2/3 or a possible 2/3, because you can't say who the 2/3 is and who's not. You know what I mean? The Lord knows their hearts, not you. At the end of the day, if a person that's not in the truth, let me rephrase and say that. If a person not in the truth can see, hold on, why is they willing to give you $1 million just to take a medicine? They've never did that before. That should register in your brain. Then, if a person that's talking about, oh yeah, the kingdom coming and yada, 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 but then they trying to build schools and trying to, build businesses and we're going to make the Israelite community great in America. Like, that's off. That's not part of the doctrine. This place, everything is going to be burnt up here. So if anybody trying to build here in a place that's fallen, something ain't right with their spirit. Like the brother, he's an elder. I'm a Gabar out of Connecticut. He said, shit, if you was waiting on a $10 million lawsuit tomorrow, and supposed to get it tomorrow, you supposed to still be in the spirit. Fuck this place. You know what I mean? Made this place be destroyed tomorrow. Because if you trying to hold, that's looking back on anything from children to like whatever you accomplish, all that is going to be brought to naught. The Lord doing it so cold too. Like I said, look at all these mass shootings coming back to back to back. But Salakia, it says, back into the scriptures, it said verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, which we're seeing wars. You know, what that whole, the Arabs against the Israelis, that whole, it's a little lightweight ceasefire. But you ever pay attention, you will have our government, like politicians, senators, they'll be giving allegiance to those fake ass Khazars. That's how you know the world is really ruled by the fucking wicked. Like literally they blowing up schools and killing kids and women. The reason why they stopped the ceasefire, do you really want to know why? Is because Russia is allies with motherfucking, them Arabs, which them Ishmaelites. And America, these Edomites is allies with those Edomites, those Israelis, them fucking Khazars, them fake ass Jews. So if Russia said, if y'all keep on killing them kids, we're getting involved. So that's why Biden was up there talking about you need to do a cease fucking fire. And all of this is prophesied in the scriptures. For nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. You got famines coming. You got pestilence, which is this CV. If it's real, if it's not real, which is could be possibly real. You know what I mean? People really are getting sick. I've been said when it first came out, I was like, this is spiritual, because I got sick. And earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. And I'm going to skip, because this go to the persecution of the prophets. And that's not going to be for everybody. Everybody going to catch hell, but the prophets going to catch a lot of hell. You know what I mean? They are. I was listening to the brother Bakor Moth. He made a statement that I'll constantly make. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, the demons attack the men in the truth way more than they attack a regular individual, because you know the truth. But since you know the truth, you know the means to combat it too. A person, a regular peon in the world, they ain't gonna know nothing, so they just running. The demons moving them freely. And brothers in the truth fall off. I can speak for myself first and foremost. I can't speak. But being in this truth, like by being in this truth, I learned it's nothing special about me. You know what I mean? What I've been through is not. I probably ain't even been through the worst thing, and I've been through some shit. But you got brothers go through stuff. You know what I mean? And it's all to the praises of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because you're gonna look back on the things that you've been through, the chastisements, and be able to cope with some shit when people lose their mind, when this dollar crash. People gonna lose their fucking mind. You ever seen a person that never been to jail and they first day in jail? Some shit but it's going to be 20,000 times worse. Skipping. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. Back into that. I'm going to start at verse 9. Why not? Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. So that's going into the prophets. Those men that believe in this truth, these men that's bringing out this word. Because they going to have some, how Stephen was prophesied, and to his own people at that. And he cut him so much in the spirit, they attacked him. How powerful he had it. How much he had to be in the spirit to make them people. Verse 10, and then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. Verse 11, and many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. Verse 12, and because, this is the point, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And that's why you see it, these mass shootings. That dude went and shot people he was close to. You're going to have people fucking up their kids. It's a guy at the job that I was having all these issues with. The Lord so cold, how he fucking him up. But I already kind of knew, because the spirit just jumped on me. I'm like, this is a nigga. Why would I tell him the truth? Like, this time, it's another guy that I was going to tell the truth to, but I'm like, I'm not going to tell this nigga. This nigga talking about buying houses, how he looking good at this. What's funny about show you the pride and arrogancy of a nigga? How you gonna tell me about the job and I've worked in here and got fired from here? You know, that's just the stupidity of a move. How you just started, but I've been here way longer than you work here. Know the ins and out. Know who the snakes is. Know how these people get down. But you gonna tell. So you know, and that's why you gonna see more and more death and destruction because you know these spirits of vengeance is out here. So you know, if you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Seminole Indian, West Indian, or Haitian, I implore you to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, or be destroyed. Because, like it said in Psalm 68 and verse 20, the issues of death belong unto the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. So with that, I want to end the lesson. I want to give all praises, all honor, all glory to call Haloyim, La Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rachakadas Waktam, double honor to apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and the freedom to do so. Shalom to the Aquathini Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willingly, this was an edifying video. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of the other nations, appearing like the other nations, but subscribing to the truth. To you, I say shalom. Till next time, I'm able to come to another lesson. Shalom, shalom. Mawaf, babal. Shalom.